And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So TCU's return man hardly helped out the offense with that one. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
They'll keep it on the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Horned Frogs will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle, it's McLeod. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Bears offense will get the ball for the first time. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And don't get it twisted, a big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB, and this one put some pressure on them, and they're already off to a great start.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Swings it out to the flat. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They're throwing for it on 4th down. A shot toward the end zone. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense. Offense set on 1st down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but he's not able to get to the 1st down marker. And the Horned Frogs moving quickly to the line. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Stopped after making the catch.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. A quick completion to the left, looking for the 1st down. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
I don't think anybody expected this true freshman to jump in the scene here in college football and just explode the way he has. He has been making big plays week in and week out, and that's why this true freshman is square in the middle of the discussion when we're talking about Heisman Trophy.
The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
Looking to throw for it. Feeling some heat. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the 1st down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
The Bears are marching down the field. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Finds the tight end. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Finds his man down the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. And the Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He leaves it with the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. Down to the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. They'll go back to the ground. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
And it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Takes the easy completion. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that 1st down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Baylor!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Tony.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
The give to the back. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And the Horned Frogs want to crank the tempo. Going with the counter play here. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Trying to pick it up on the ground. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. The Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Well, that's a big run play, and it's not easy to do. Down at this area of the field, backed up in your own end. I mean, you're running into a box that's loaded full of bodies defensively, but the ball carrier was just able to sort of sneak and weave his way through there, giving his offense now a ton of room to work with.
Backed up at the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. They'll go to the ground. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
A A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. They're working that left side. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He lets it fly. And the ball will be grabbed at the 30-yard line. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Bears have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Gets it out quickly. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. Trying to surge it in. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. They're going to run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bears! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Leaves it with the running back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. And the Horned Frogs are in the hurry-up. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollock.
It's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
Going up top on 1st down. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
And after having a nice game like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't...
Touchdown! and strolled his way into the end zone. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. And this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. At the 40, there he goes. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And the Bears with the 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He wants to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. He's got his man.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Looking to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Bears want to move quickly. From the shotgun, the inside give. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
Give it over to the offense, boys. Let's start the year.
And the Bears trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Quarterback keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. He's got it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he rolls into it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll leave it with him. Twist his way through. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Looking to move it through the air. Moving out of the pocket. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The incompletion brings up a second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff looking for a crease. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Pressure coming. Going to try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They'll try to run for it. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. This crowd knows when to bring it. Right back to the well. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
When the the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Quick strike complete. Touchdown Bears! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got... football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The Horned Frogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. They're going to ride this running back. Still on his feet at the 45. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you've got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Trying play action. Getting some heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
They're setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And the holder will place it down on the left hash. A 47-yard try coming. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Buffalo is in front. They've represented Western New York so well today, but they still have to finish the job, and that's not a given. They're up by a field goal over Toledo. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, 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 no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. You get a return like that, and it can't just be the guy with the ball who's right. Everybody has to do a job, and they did that in brilliant fashion on that one. Never thought about taking a knee. Here he comes. And the returner is stopped. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into... your game plan.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
From the gun, give on the inside. Makes his man miss. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Now on 1st down from the 43. He leaves it with his back. Oh, what a cut! Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. They've already put 1 field goal on the... Oh, they block it! And they got it! The offense lining up for a 1st down play. He's going to pass. He finds his man. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll try the run. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
In situations like this, offensively, when you've got the lead in the 4th quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
The Bears have this offense rolling. To the ground with the back.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bears have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for space, it's Lacy. Not much room, a pickup of 2 down to the 28. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll give it to the back. They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now 3rd down becomes very manageable. It's not 3rd and eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. The snap sets up the throw. Get it out on the screen. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football instead.
Touchdown, Baylor! And the stomping has commenced. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
Number 16, set to kick it off.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Line gets set, 1st down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the 4th quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
Looking down the middle. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And As a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
First down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Turns it loose. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
The Bears have it in scoring position on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
He'll set up to throw. Looking to the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense.
They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. He wants to throw. Back open in the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Looking to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to the right. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Working that left side now. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Takes his shot. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. He caught it. Touchdown, Bears! And the route is on. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the 4th quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. He wants to throw here on second down. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, he wants it all. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. I'm sorry. Today, but here's a fabulous party gift, a late touchdown.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
First down here for the offense. Hold and finds his man on the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Line is set on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the big play. Snags it on the right. And he's running in the open. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Iowa State just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory. And that's really the standard there at Ames. That's a tremendous fan base, and they'll enjoy this one all week.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass.
A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge